The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Anthony Dorsett, DeMontre Moore, and Newy Scruggs.
It is that time, Players Lounge, coming at you from the Star in Frisco, the SWBC podcast studio. This is the Players Lounge where former NFL players conversate. I'm not one of them. I'm a former NFL player, but Anthony Dorsett is.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Trey Moore is.
That's me.
Barry Church is.
Yes, indeed.
Just merely Newy Scruggs.
That's it. Here we go.
Multi.
Boy, got the new era tee.
Oh yeah, you know,
Hey, man. Sponsors, hook me up.
Just
man.
gotta, we got the dress code.
That's facts.
Code,
Hey, this
you know
new
what I'm
era,
saying?
by the way.
You know what I'm saying?
New era.
Yeah, good.
But this guy right here never follows dress code.
Never does it.
Never got no new era hat.
Uh-uh.
Never represent. You know what I'm saying? You know, it must be good when you got a brother in high places.
Say now.
You know what I'm
Say
saying?
what you say.
Yeah,
man.
I'm
That's
talking
your
about-
network.
See what
That's your
happened?
network.
Black History Month ends until now we start to shoot straight.
Hey man,
Hey, we back at it, huh? We back at
hey,
it. Back at it.
Back to regular schedule.
Now we got
he ain't never been on the team. He ain't never been part of the team. He
Hey.
ain't never rocked the new era.
Hey, that's first off, that's not true. I can pull somebody out of the car if I need to.
You
Bottom line,
supposed to.
This is nothing. Now, if you want to if you want to go ahead, go to Derek Eagleton and complain about this, go ahead.
No,
Oh, he said try
watch
it. He said try it.
I'm sure he watch it. He hear it. He see you wearing it.
See
He know you supposed to wear a new era too.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't understand it.
I don't get it either, but that's what the
envy
rules
in
are.
you.
Get him.
That's
The
what
envy in you.
envy.
Yeah,
Envy.
Pastor talked about this
Ooh,
week. You know what he
if
said?
you don't
He said jealousy.
I say,
Jealousy.
Charlemagne God or something?
Jealousy is
Stop.
when you think somebody.
Yeah.
You know,
you don't
want
stop.
what somebody has. You want to be able to come in and do what I do.
No,
Envy
I
is
don't. I
when
ain't
you
never.
think should
I ain't never wanted to be no Omega and wear no Omega hat.
Well, then why
let's
you
get that right.
talking
You talking about new
Let it go.
era?
Then let it go.
The hat thing is new
What's
era.
bothering you?
New era.
What's bothering
Well,
you?
it ain't bothering me.
But
I'm
you
just
bringing it
pointing it
up.
out. I'm just pointing it
Gotta
out.
say it right.
Follow the
Omega
rules.
hero. Hey.
Follow the rules.
Over there.
Hey.
You missed
Follow the
your
rules.
chance.
Call upstairs.
Follow the rules.
Talk to the
bread,
man.
man.
Talk to the man.
Nah, I ain't no
Talk to the
tattletale.
man.
But have you ever worn like the gold boots and stuff? Like, that was you too?
Man, I've done the
it
things
all?
you had to do, bro.
I just want to see. I would love to see that.
I would like to see
that.
Louis hop.
Things you
I
had
would
to
like
do.
That would be.
Hey, Louis.
That
still
would.
hop?
I'd love to see
Can you
that.
hop right now?
You know what, brother? First
And
off,
what?
What's a hop?
Hop. That's where they do that.
I know what you're talking about.
you like
Yeah, I think he could.
So he hop. Y'all stroll.
Everybody strolls, but I'm
Oh,
just saying
okay.
they hop.
Okay.
Can we talk about Dak
smooth.
Prescott?
Okay, all right, yeah, my bad. We
Yeah,
going in the
yeah.
rabbit hole. We
Right,
going in the
we're
rabbit hole,
rabbit
man.
Hey, let's get
Roll it
it.
in
Let's get off Newy today. Let's get on Newy.
Deflect. Control the show.
Thank you, Dorset.
You're the
It's all
captain.
good, man. You gotta be part of the team. You gotta get it too.
I tell
You
you.
ain't
The
above it.
locker room. Welcome to the players.
Right.
Where my new era at? It's somewhere.
There it is.
What?
We know you right. We know you right.
Yeah, you got it on too?
Yeah, this is where. Yeah. Try it. Yeah, I promise.
You sure?
I promise.
Making
it is.
sure, man.
Yeah.
Making sure.
What's going on with Dakota Rain?
We've got
line
people up. We got some people.
The DBs is on one. Wow. Y'all
Dak
coming.
Prescott
Yes.
was asked about George Pickens. And so some of these random football podcasts, I can't name all of them. I don't really follow them, but they pop up on social media. Trey, you brought up that some people had issues. So former receiver TJ Hushman's out. I was like, well, why is Dak saying anything about George Pickens? He should just be quiet. Dak was asked. Dak was asked about George Pickens and playing on the franchise tag. Dak pretty much went along with the same thing he said about guys who've had to play on the tag. And oh, by the way, he's played on it himself. Bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. People trying to blow it up bigger than it is. Like he's somehow being disrespectful to Pickens or whatnot. I personally don't think so, but I want to go around the room right here. Is it disrespectful? I'll start with you, our favorite Aggie.
Man, I want to get on this because is it disrespectful? No, he did not say anything wrong. But these, mind you, these are the same people that were just complaining weeks ago about Brandon Aubrey talking about his tag and his price and stuff like that. But now you're mad when a quarterback that has already played on the tag gives you advice. And he didn't say, oh, don't play or don't do this and that. All he did was say, don't get in the business of it. Like, stay with the love of the game that you have right now. You play for dimes like that. Whenever the time comes and it comes time for you to ball, don't do that, because we all know when you go through this process, it's like buying goods at the store. You're trying to find the best good at the cheapest price. How can you mark it down? Do you got a dent here? And they're going to talk about you. And when they start to talk about you, sometimes going through these process, I wasn't fortunate enough to be in that. But for a guy that's going to command, we're talking about around 40+ million, what the top guy gets, you're trying to bring him down. And so you question yourself and your character to where it's like, why do I want to play for an organization like that? So all he's telling them is, don't get caught up in the business. Keep your love of the game. And I think everybody needs to respect that.
Oh, yeah, man. I feel the same thing. And then we had the opportunity to witness some of the stuff that went on last year with the negotiations between Micah and Jerry, or the organization, however you want to look at it. And things, got a little bit sideways. It wasn't just business. It got a little bit personal. And we know as players that we love this game, and certain things can become personal to us a lot sooner than it can with the business people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so with that being said, and Dak typically is PC all the time. He's going to say the politically correct thing all the time. And he's not going to tear down his teammates. Like Nui said, you got some over emotional and hypersensitive people sometimes on other podcasts or whatever the case may be. But we look at it from the standpoint of the franchise tag. Okay. What is it going to be this year? 30 million?
Yeah. 27. I thought it was 27.
It's 27.
It's 27. It's 27, right. But now, that's low dollar.
Granted,
yes,
but it is, and we all know that people get long-term deals and are able to make hundreds of millions of dollars off these long-term deals. Mm-hmm. Let's not look at 27 million like it ain't 27 million.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? And let's honestly do that. And I think that George understands the situation that he's in, proving himself last year, coming from the situation in Pittsburgh. It's just 1 year. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think that, like what we're talking about right here, I think that everything that stays in this building needs to stay in this building. Trey is right. They're going to try to diminish the product as much as they can. But nah, Dak didn't say anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I'm with y'all on that. I 100% agree with what Dak said. Whatever he said to George Pickens and all that good stuff. And I understand. Like, franchise tag. I wasn't good enough to get that tag or anything like that, or go through these negotiations. So, I don't really understand where he's going from that perspective. But just to throw it a little, what do you call it, devil's advocate, just to go from the other side of it. Mm-hmm. If you're George Pickens, would you, and I don't know if Dak did this or not. I mean, he could have, whatever the case may be. But wouldn't you rather have had that conversation outside of the media? Because, we all, now the narratives are splitting in totally different directions. Yeah. When you talk about what Dak said about George Pickens, and now people are saying, oh, why are speaking on his money? Why this, that, and the third? My thing is, why just keep it in-house between you and George Pickens, saying, hey, man, this is how I would go about it. I did the franchise tag. I did that route. This is how you should go about it, instead of bringing it to the media. Okay. Now, I agree with that.
But he didn't. Throwing the wrench. But I know you're throwing the wrench.
Don't kill me. I'm just throwing the wrench out there. That's all I'm doing.
And we don't know if they didn't have that
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. They could have.
They didn't have the conversation. But you can't throw a wrench that's not there, though. He didn't tell him how to go about the situation. All he said is, keep business, and keep your love.
Let me give you the exact quote.
Yeah. Bring the exact. Here we go.
Yeah, George loves football. That's the one thing about it. I just want him to know, don't change your love for football. Don't get in the business mind of this. He played last year, which is basically on the final year of his rookie deal. Okay, mm-hmm. So he played on his last year, right? So if you can go $30 million. Whatever it is now, it's the same thing I got when I got franchised. Hey, go do it. At the end of the day, bet on yourself. He's a hell of a player. Hopefully, we can get him long-term and sign that. But if not, I think the way he plays the game and the person he is, he'll be just fine.
Hey. But what does that mean, though?
What do you mean?
Because the NFL is a business.
It is.
You got to look at it as a business. And we also got to understand that these are two completely different positions. A quarterback, you sneeze on a quarterback, you getting a penalty flag. In practice, you're not getting touched if you're a quarterback. You throwing, you relaxing, you chilling. wide receivers, you're in danger. You understand that you could go out there and one wrong cut, boom. And let me knock on wood. But there's something that could happen.
Yeah.
So to me, I get it, but I'm also understanding like, yo, it is a business, and I put my body in way more harm's way than quarterbacks do. That's all my perspective.
I remember Jim Brown coming to talk to us one time, and it was the whole thing about, he stopped playing football before he was supposed to. And Jim Brown said one of the things that he regretted the most about his decisions was that he got emotional and let his emotions dictate his love for what he was doing and kept him out. And I think that's what Dak is more so talking about than anything. Like, don't let these negotiations sour you so much that you lose love for the game and just the integrity.
Going away from teammates.
And this is essentially just my conversations through Dak since he's been here since 2016 and what I'm parsing and how he puts this together. You're going to get paid because you're a damn good player. Keep doing what you love. You love this game. You're going to get paid. Yeah, it stinks sometimes when you have to go through this franchise thing. I just did it. But you know what? You just played this year. You just did it because your contract was up. You balled out. Mm-hmm. If you have to do it again, man, go do it again.
Yes.
Love to see you get this thing long term. But if not, go play because you're going to get paid because you're that good of a player. I broke my damn leg and I still got paid. Yeah, I'm a quarterback, but you're that kind of player. That's what he is saying. Now, Barry, I agree with what you say in terms of, hey, man, this thing is not forever. Go get signed. We saw Micah Parsons get signed, go to Green Bay. He's out now with the ACL. You want to get your money. Now, I'll flip this here. His agent is David Mugoleta.
Yeah.
He doesn't let his guys go out here and play on these franchise tags. That's not what he does. I did find it very interesting that the owner and general manager, Jerry Jones, says they have never met.
Never met David?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Hey,
interesting.
man, when the stuff was going on with Micah, I told we ain't going to even bring that up.
No.
But you know what I'm saying? But they have never physically met.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
All right. So
And he said, "Nah, I could deal with it. I got no problem doing a deal." He said, "But he dropped it. But we've never met."
okay, but refresh my memory on this one. Did Kirk Cousins tear his Achilles before he got to Atlanta? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles before he got to Atlanta and still got the amazing bag.
That GM got
That's a
fired,
quarterback.
right?
Got 50.
That's a great bat. That's a quarterback. If something like that happened to George, y'all think he gonna still get the same type of bag
No, he's not.
at all?
No.
Right. So that's my just be careful of what you go out there and do.
I get the dangers of it, but I 100% agree with Nui. Like, sure, Dak can't go out there and say those exact words, but he said the political correct version of that. And like you said, they had those talks. But also, like you said, when you love the game, like and you still got that youth and stuff like that, yeah, it is like betting on yourself. Like he's telling him, I think about Dez Bryant and his time here where it was like, man, Dez was that guy, and it was just like, you know what? I'm gonna play the business side of it, but what did Dez do? You was teammates with him. He got mad and just said, all right, I'm going to go out here and punish somebody until I'm going to make you say, hey, pull the dogs off of me. And George Pickens is that type of guy. So I think Dak being teammates with Dez, it's like he's channeling that. But he's trying to he's helping him play chess and not checkers because even if he don't get paid here, he's going to get paid somewhere else.
Oh, yeah.
And if he plays the game the right way, he's going to get paid way more and a lot faster than a diva or playing into the typical role of a receiver that, hey, I'm going to take the diva approach. I'm going to take the holdout and stuff like that. So he's trying to tell him, like, hey, let your agent
You saying he should be here?
Jump
like
in there, Dorsey.
all the offseason?
Who?
And like training camp and all that? George Pickens.
I think you should.
Oh,
I think you should. Now, when it comes to the big payday and stuff like that, that's where you go talk to your agent and you say, hey, if it's really out there and you know they're on the verge of it, yeah, I'm going to let you play chess, not checkers. But as far as what I want to do in training and stuff like that, yes, I'm going to be around Dak. I'm going to be around CD because you can see with the camaraderie. Michael Irvin mentioned it earlier in the season. He's like, I love it when my boys are getting in trouble together because they with each other. They're bonding. And so, yeah, I think he's going to want to be in there.
I feel like they've already got with George, man. I really do. And I think that and when I say they, I mean Dak, and I mean the guys on the team that have been through the situation. You know, and I think that they haven't allowed him to get to this point without, hey, come here. Let's rap a little bit real quick. And just like what you said, and what Dak said was Dak made it clear, you're going to get paid. Even if it ain't here, you're going to get paid. You know what I mean? And so that being said, like, I think that George does himself a benefit understanding who his agent is and understanding how they roll through those situations as far as not being here. But, like, are you asking for a situation to go sour? I really feel like under these circumstances, you come and you ball out. Like, it's a situation where, as we know as players getting ready in the offseason, once we start training, we get our bodies in that mode, it's there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so you don't want to diminish that or take anything away from that. And every year we see it over and over again. Soft tissue injuries, this, that, and the third, everything else like that. Like, just like we said, nobody at this table has had that opportunity to get that franchise tag. But at the same time, we worked our butts off to get what we got.
That's true.
Franchise tag, $27.2 million. And
A lot of chicken.
That is. That's a lot.
and
That's
that
a
was
lot
one
of
thing to
chicken.
say. So also what Dak said, hey, man, at worst, okay, at worst, you're going to make $27 million. And
Pay raise bump.
you're going to make $27 million with me throwing you the ball again. Look what the difference is. I mean, if it's one thing Dak can say, behind the scenes, because Dak's not going to say, okay, hey, brother, you got out of Pittsburgh, you got with me, look what happened. Look at CD.
I'm about to help you make that $200 million.
Now, here's another thing, okay?
Yeah.
And I last year thought CD Lamb coming into the season was the number one. And I'm like, George Pickens, I don't know. I hadn't seen it yet. Coming out of it, I'm like, George Pickens is
George
the
had
number
a
one
bad year. He
receiver.
had a
George
bad
Pickens,
year.
number one receiver. But CD Lamb misses a game. George Pickens is so dang good, and they had to worry about him. Ryan Flanoy went out here balling out like crazy. Yeah. George Pickens is a difference maker. And you guys are all defensive players. Ain't many difference makers in this game.
And that's why they should pay the man.
I seen it.
I'm not saying they should. Barry, I think all of us are in agreement. Yeah. Hey, man, pay the guy.
Yeah,
pay the
100%.
guy. But what Dak is saying, as they place his franchise tag, and as we saw what played out last year with Micah Parsons, as we saw what played out with his agent, okay, you must look at the other side of this.
Do y'all feel like Jerry and David need to actually meet?
Yeah.
Come on,
sit
man.
down. Have a coffee.
Literally, is he not the top football agent right now, or not?
He's that guy.
Dude,
Yeah.
if Jerry's met with
Come
Lee
on, man.
Steinberg, Drew Rosenhaus, Tom Condon, Dak's dude.
Yeah.
Okay, you've met with all, and you're going to sit up. How are you doing business in this league? And here's a dude who's got a stable of all-star people.
Man.
And you don't know him. And, oh, by the way, now that you've restructured contracts, you got a bag of cash.
Got some bread. No, I'm getting bread.
I just find that one very, very interesting. And I would love to ask Jerry, why?
Just call it cap, bro. One, like, let's stop making something bigger than what it is. When he says he met him and hasn't met him, that doesn't matter. Like, David is David, but who does David work for? Athletes First. Athletes First, ran by Dave. David, the head guy, another David. You don't think Jerry's worked with him? Oh, let me bring you in on a little knowledge.
Dunn?
Dave Dunn is there. So
Okay.
let me bring you in on another guy, Jason Garrett. Who was he signed with? Athletes First. They have had multiple of Athletes First guys in here. So just because he hasn't met with David, he might be alluding to, hey, I'm talking to Dave Dunn. There can be so many things that are going on, but let's stop talking about this, bro. Like, this is part of the game.
How do you not talk about it? Because
you-
this was an issue last year.
It's an
not getting
issue.
a deal done with Michael
It is
Parsons.
an issue, but bring up the other issues that's going on with it. We didn't see Jerry move this much amount of money right now before a tag coming. Let's take
a break. We'll go into that. We'll go into that.
Okay.
But the question of a man who's a major NFL influencer, some people feel is even Jerry has more juice than the commissioner, has not met one of the top NFL agents, and for the second year in a row, you have one of his guys. I just find that very interesting for a man who's been doing business in the NFL since 1989 at a level we haven't seen anyone else as an owner do it. Just find it interesting. Anthony Dorsett, Trey Moore, Barry Church, I'm Newey Scruggs, Chris Beam, Josh running things behind the sidelines right here at DallasCowboys.com.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together. And we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Returning for the 2025 NFL season, Boss reunites with the Dallas Cowboys to drop the next chapter of their iconic collaboration. The Boss Cowboys collection fuses fashion and football once again, capturing the fearless spirit of what it means to be your own boss. Just in time for kickoff, gear up in standout styles that show your team pride with a bold edge. Available now at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, HugoBoss.com, and Boss retail stores. Hashtag be your own boss.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Get excited for the most dazzling DCC experience. Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders Live is coming to theaters near you. Witness iconic groups, solo performances, enjoy an on-stage Q&A session, and even be a part of a live audience. For dates, tickets, visit DallasCowboysCheerleaders.com/tour.
All right, brother, Broham. That is Trey Moore, our favorite Aggie in the house. Former Dallas Cowboy, got Barry Church. Former Dallas Cowboy, Anthony Dorsett. His dad played for the Dallas Cowboys. He also played the National Football League, played 2 Super Bowls. I'm Newey Scruggs. Ain't done nothing.
Did you just try to pull a Jerry and give me a backhand compliment? Call me Broham. You calling me
brother,
Broham.
Broham?
Okay, I see what you did there. But you know what? I'm going to do like I was trying to allude to and say that I'm going to take the benefit of a doubt that you were being there.
Right.
You were being nice. You were being nice. I'm not going to look at it like that.
Dude, you don't ever say that to people?
Yeah, I do. But I also feel the way that you said it was like Braxton off Jamie Foxx where they used to pick on him. But like I said, I'm going to do like I want the fans
brother,
and take the bright side of things when Mr. Jerry said he hasn't met David yet.
I'm not doing a Dorsett on you.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh! Boom, boom, boom.
Not the Dorsett. That's what they calling it now, the Dorsett.
We got the Dorsett, Dirty Mac.
Dorsett, Dirty Mac.
Kick me.
Brethren.
That's your Broham.
Kick me.
I mean,
that was a good one,
man.
I'm not somebody put in the chat today, you're getting better at punctuation. I didn't.
He did. I'm not gonna take that bait that you tried to get me in there with. But I did see that dig he got at me. But I'm not gonna take your bait though, because it's on you. It's on you.
12.
Hey, America, it's on them.
5-0. 12.
5-0.
Who you gonna call? You like
Ghostbuster.
Really, bro?
So I like my Dorsett. When you get Dorsett, he ready to get his get back immediately.
Punctuation.
Hey, baby.
Did I lie?
Boy, the last two are leaked.
Y'all recognize that too, though.
I recognize that. I recognize that, but Barry, don't bring me back in.
The exact.
I got out of there. I got out
The
of there.
exact text. You're getting better at punctuation and sentence structure. I see.
Boy, man,
Beautiful Thursday, baby. Beautiful Thursday.
Welcome to the Players Lounge, brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming.
Around the locker room, boy. This boy, right
Rumors.
here. Man.
Rumors. I'm starting to feel like Brandon Aubrey around here. Like, y'all putting false accusations
They say
out
they got
there.
a nice offer on the table for Brandon Aubrey.
False accusations.
Dallas?
That's what they said.
Accusations.
To making the highest paid kicker. That was what was reported last week.
Accusations.
And
Right there for him.
apparently, his agent wasn't happy with a certain media member about the numbers. Y'all didn't see
Who's the media
Y'all
member?
didn't see Cal Walker's apology out there about Brandon Aubrey numbers?
I didn't. I didn't
see that.
Go look it up.
OCA, huh?
Come on, man. Omega. Tell us about your Omega frat brother.
No.
He got to stand and apologize.
That's clear.
Oh, sorry. Too much gas.
He put you in timeout.
We have a case. This is a problem with America. Okay, we got a case of mistaken black man identity. I said Calvin.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. My bad. Okay.
Calvin Watkins.
My bad. I
of the Dallas Morning News.
I do apologize.
Clarence Hill is an Omega.
You know, both.
Longest tenure period. What? Now they say. See, you about to put somebody in jail. You about to run somebody down. Roll black man.
Hey, just like he made a mistake, I made a mistake too.
So I mean, look, I understand. Cap was not going. You can't.
No, I'm
understand
a noob. I'm a noob. There's
it's
a difference.
The same.
I'm a noob. There's a difference.
Same. It's all the same.
It's not.
But Cap ain't a noob.
Noob ain't a Cap.
I don't know.
Maybe it is.
I don't know. Bottom line.
Anyways, so he retracted statement.
Do you want to go back to your point that we were making before the break?
No, I want to ask you about this retracted statement that you said that he.
Look it up. Look it up. After the show, just look it up.
It's Cowboys news. America wants to know. We're here in the Players Lounge. Why we got to take a player? Dog, talk about your media member that made the mistake. Didn't I just tell you what he said? I did. Didn't I just say what he said? You said no. You didn't. You alluded. You told me to look it up.
I did tell you.
Said
he said about the numbers on Aubrey.
Okay, so he made a mistake. Now how?
Now after that, go look it up. I'm not doing no. I'm not trying to walk you through stuff.
Why not? You got to walk our viewers through it. Everybody might not know out there. They come to the lounge so they can hear what the behind the scenes. You as a long tenure media guy that has multiple Emmys that has been there and seen people make mistakes. Speak from his perspective. I want to know as a guy that's trying to inspire to have multiple Emmys. I want to know how you can make a mistake and how you can learn from it and be better.
Okay, open your scroll and let me read this part to you.
New era.
Okay? Google it. Google it.
Okay.
And you'll know all you need to do. Everybody else out there?
You're right.
Google it. Calvin Watkins, retraction.
Okay.
And it'll tell you everything right there.
There we go.
That's it.
You get in trouble.
You good?
Hey, I love free agency. This is what happened around this time.
Jerry got a bunch of money now. He's restructured contracts. Bunch of money.
Number one.
Bunch of money doesn't mean much if you spend it wrong.
That's very true.
Wow.
Very true.
You can be the Dolphins. Ain't nobody spent money in the past 10 years. Ain't nobody spent money like the Dolphins. Yeah. Remember they paid Byron Jones, the highest paid corner in the National Football League?
Hey.
What?
Byron was a great guy.
He wasn't
He was a little injured, but he made plays when he went down there.
Stop it. I like Byron, you like Byron, but if we're doing business at the end of the day, the highest paid corner in National Football League history, when he signed that deal, I'm like, they're going to regret it. And I like him. I'm glad he got his money. Good for you. But he wasn't that good, and the Cowboys let him walk out the door for a reason.
Yeah, but they also let Jordan Lewis walk out the door. And guess what? You're going to have buyer's remorse at all times.
Okay, well, see, here's the two different things, man. Here's why it's two different things. Okay, you go back at the time. They had two major free agents. It was Amari Cooper, and it was Jones. Yeah. So they chose a wide receiver. The corner goes out on the market, and Miami makes him the highest paid dude at his position in history. Jordan Lewis, while they made a mistake, and Jerry admitted it in Indianapolis, he wasn't the highest paid slot guy at all. The Cowboys just made a miscalculation. When they let Jones go, they knew he was going to get a high number. They also knew they didn't want to franchise him. He was a good corner who wanted a great salary, and they were right not to pay him. Same thing they did when they let DeMarco Murray go out the door. DeMarco Murray was a really good football player who had a great year, but he was not a great player who deserved a great contract. Right. That's a part of it. With the Cowboys having a bunch of free agent money now, I'm just saying, please don't be the Miami Dolphins where you go out here and you pay a bunch of people, like Ndamukong Suh. You want to pay Fast Man Tyreek Hill. They keep paying all these people, and it never works out for them. So Jerry having a bunch of cash and guys getting all excited about it, and Jerry telling you, oh, we got this. If you spend it wrong, which you can do, it doesn't mean a whole lot. That's all I'm saying.
Better be on the defensive side of the ball.
I mean, I think so. Yeah. They got changing up the defense, number one. We already know. You know better than anybody. 3-4, 4-3. You know what I mean? Like, we looking at totally different people in here now, totally different build of men. And so, like, as a new DC, are you going to just put all that faith into your draft picks, or are you going to actually go out here and get some vets to know to play in the system and everything else like that? So I think with that being said, like, yeah, they moving that money around because they're going to have to go out here and they're going to have to sign some valuable free agent on defense. We already know the offense don't need a whole lot of help at all, if any. You know, so from this standpoint here, you go out, put that money to the side, get you a couple free agents, and then deal with these draft picks that you're going to have too as well. And hopefully the chips fall where they're supposed to.
What priority, like what level should they go after defensively? I mean, you got that interior to defensive line. We all know that the three-headed monster they got in there.
Safety corner,
some linebackers in there. You got to get some edge rushers too.
You got to address the linebacker core, because when you say edge rushers, like, it's the linebacker in a 3-4 system that we're about to switch to multiple. You have Shavion Revel, young guy that's going to produce, and then you hope that he learns under guidance. You have your three-headed monster that's set up there and there, but the thing that makes the 3-4 the most effective is having that linebacker core where you can go and you have you an edge rusher, but also not only just an edge rusher, you're going to have him dropping in coverage. You're in your 3-4, you're a guy that rushes off the edge, needs to go out there and be able to play the fast, play the seam. Like we're talking about, there's going to be zone blitzes in here where he's going to be dropping, but also your middle linebacker needs to have that same caliber of blitz mentality and mindset, but still being able to read. So it's all 4 of the linebacking core. And for you to revamp a defense that systematically has been running a 4-3 scheme, guys that y'all don't out there in America, 4 guys up front, they have been running that. That is the way this roster is built. So linebacker core is going to be the utmost important, not only in free agency, but also in the draft.
When I think about outside linebackers in the 3-4, like the first person to come to my mind all the time is a dude like Willie McGinnis.
Yeah.
And you know Willie is like, 6'5", 265. You know what I'm saying? Playing outside, rushing off the edge, setting the edge as well. And like you saying, dropping back in coverage. Like they don't have that guy that's
like an elephant in. Like they don't got him like that.
You know?
You got the young guy. He's not that guy. I think he's going to be more of your Elvis Doomerville, like Von Miller, the shorter guy over there. But like you said, you also have that one big guy that's coming off the other side of it. So when you look at this roster, the only person you got is Clowney. And he's not under contract. So, like you said, you got that. You got the middle linebackers that you're going to have to address as well. And you don't necessarily need – I love it because I'm a 6'5". I'm a big hybrid guy, and I think that I represent that defensive end slash outside linebacker. But you also see a lot of shorter guys that are coming out. Like I think about a guy, the guy coming out of Miami right now had the shortest arms. Yeah. Like
he's
Ruben.
A dog, though. Yeah,
he's a dog, but I think he can go in there and do that. T.J. Watt ain't one of the tallest guys, but he's another dog doing it. Like you have some guys. Al Shazier is another guy. When I think of somebody that's not really that tall, but blitzing from that middle linebacker perspective.
About the cat from Houston.
The cat from Houston, yeah. My former teammate. We don't have guys on this roster right now in this linebacker core to where you're like, man, but you do got Bland under contract. You do got Revel, so that's why I think it's more pressing to do that. And to be honest, what do? You need the back end to help the front and the front end to help the back. Y'all as defensive backs.
At the front.
Who's making that communication, talking to your linemen up there and the back end? So that's why I think that's the most important guys.
Well, Donovan Ezraku had surgery.
Yeah,
he might not.
And that just came out. Did you know about that?
No, I didn't. Yeah. So when you think about that right there, here's a key piece that you're already saying, okay, let's plug it in here. You guys played the league.
Might not be coming back.
Right. Coming back and how you feel when you come, a lot of that matters. So to me, I would say you got to figure out who can get to the quarterback.
Got to.
What body part did he have surgery on?
It was. I'm trying to.
It
was in the hip area there. But yeah, hip labor. I'm trying to go back here and look it up here. But the bottom line is. Don't look for him in off-season activities. You know, as you're trying to do the installs of the defense for the OTAs and the mini camp here, you've got to be able to go in here and say, who are some guys that can get ready to go? So I think about that right now, is that linebacker piece, because you're going to have 4 linebackers. He was one of the guys you were going to count on right now. You've got to give yourself some insurance here a little bit. That's why Nakobe Dean is going to be a guy who they've talked about here. Your guy from Jacksonville is another guy they've talked about here. So the linebacking position is going to be a critical one, and you've got to get a bunch. I remember when Bill Parcells had come in here, they just basically doubled the amount of linebackers that they brought in. So Greg Ellis went from defensive end. He went being a linebacker. Had Ware as a linebacker. They brought it. Had Scott Shanley. Had Scott Fujita. You know, you need the outside guys. You need the inside guys. You're going to need a lot of dudes. You had a Brady James. You had Kevin Burnett from Tennessee. Good Omega man. So you had a lot of these guys you had to bring in because you're going to go through a bunch of these dudes. And so when we talk about where do you start to look at here, you're right. The back end matters. But right now, that linebacking position has got who's going to put pressure on a quarterback where you've got a Super Bowl winner in Jalen Hurts here. If Jane Daniels comes back in Washington and he's healthy, here's another guy. You're going to have to put some pressure on him and get guys that can get to him just when you're talking about in this division alone. Don't know about Jackson Dart and where he's going to be, but that's when you're running that defense, you got to have some dudes to play linebacker.
Yeah. Y'all played in 3-4 schemes, right?
I didn't. I was
you haven't?
3.
Okay, so I've been fortunate enough to play in both of those, and I feel like, okay, y'all can speak from a 4-3 perspective. In those type of defenses, it's typically your edge guy. There, somebody on that defensive line or the DB that's the real star. But when it comes to these 3-4 systems, the cornerbacks they're cool, but it's like the guys that really show out. You think about Lawrence Taylor, you think about Von Miller and those guys. Those are the 3-4 system is made for your linebacking core because your linebacking core is so athletic to where these guys have the paralysis to act like defensive linemen in attack, but they're athletic enough to essentially play DB because a lot of them are dropping in coverage and playing those zone drops and stuff like that. So that's why I feel like it's so important and pivotal to where you're going to see when you look at this draft, you say, hey, man, why do they have 4 drafted linebackers, but we also signed 2 or 3 big name draft guys in free agency, but then some later picks in that.
Mm-hmm. By the way, as a Raku, it was to repair a hip labrum injury that he played through his rookie season. So going to be out till training camp. Let's get
ain't nothing like a shoulder.
That hip, you need that because you're ghosting and getting around the edge, and you got to open up your hips to go get in that drop. Like you cannot have a tight linebacker in a 3-4 scheme like on that edge.
So you're going to have to, when you talk about this is one more body, like it's an if. You got to have the plan B in case he's not there. All right, back for a final segment right here on the Players Lounge. This is DallasCowboys.com.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Life is a workout, and Smoothie King is here to help you power through. Whether you're maxing out overhead presses, pushing through chest flies, or being the hero your golden retriever needs to carry them over that scary bridge, Smoothie King has the fuel to help you go all out. Build muscle and boost your recovery with 45 grams of protein, 0 grams of added sugar, and delicious customizable ingredients in the Gladiator Smoothie. Available in chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. Only at Smoothie King.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Back to the Players Lounge.
This summer, train where the stars are made at Dallas Cowboys Youth Football and Dance Camp. Athletes of all skill levels, ages 6 to 16, you heard me right, 6 to 16, are invited to learn from former NFL players like us three sitting here at the table. And guess what? The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders will be there too, and you can learn from them. Step onto the field, practice like the pros, register before May 15th. You heard me right, the day is May 15th to save $25. You need to save that chicken. Visit DallasCowboys.com/ camps to register.
Boy, you made that.
Boy, new boy.
Aggie pride.
Good stuff. Good
Aggie
stuff, man.
pride.
Good stuff right there.
The building.
Man. Good stuff. I love it. I love it, man.
That is DeMontre Moore, Texas A&M Aggie legend.
Yes, oh.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully I can be a future Hall of Famer like my Toledo brother over here and my other Hall of Fame brother over here, Mr. Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Shout out to my Aggies.
You gonna put you in there.
Barry Church, DeMontre Moore, Anthony Dorsett, Newy Scruggs, Chris Beam in the back.
Did you pay yours?
Boy, I know you really ain't.
Thank you, Newey. When I need you. When I need you.
Y'all get so black here sometimes.
Boy.
Let
Hey,
me
the
check
DB's
your
is no one
pocket.
today.
Why does he keep doing this race card thing? Black History Month.
Did I lie?
Yeah.
Did I lie? Look, if one thing we know. Barry not paying no Toledo Hall of Fame
And
dues.
you gonna ask.
Crazy, man.
You not. You're not.
But you,
Hey, knew it.
You don't even wear the gear.
but you gonna tell me to get out
You
there
wear
in front
all
of the
black.
bus.
You don't know.
Send me some gear.
If you want to see somebody wear blue and gold, you want somebody wear blue and gold, it's Dorsett. Dorsett.
You didn't ask him, did he pay his dues?
I think.
Ask him, he in the Hall of Fame. Don't ask me.
That ain't Pitt Hall of Fame. I'm in my high school Hall of Fame.
High schools ain't asking for money like that.
High schools ain't doing that.
Yeah, high schools ain't asking for money like that. See, but why y'all deflecting on him? We talking about you guys.
No.
You not even giving money to
his
your
dad
fraternity. You ain't giving money to your fraternity.
Boy,
You ain't
stop
paying your dues.
Stop it.
You ain't paying your
Stop
dues.
it. How you know that?
Ain't no dudes
you
getting
know?
paid.
Show me a receipt. I can show you.
Show me yours.
Hold on, ain't no dudes getting paid.
Uh-oh.
Dudes ain't getting.
I got no
Cowboys.
I got no problem. I got you. You know, we got the show. I'll show you the receipt.
Hey, you want to know what's gonna be crazy? If a Noop tells a Q Dog you want to wreck, and he gets wrecked by a Noop.
What's that? What's that?
No, we talking about money.
Don't worry
Now we
about it.
talking
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Hey, he'll get it. Hey, clip that back there for Sika. I'm gonna send it to Pyramids and Diamonds. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll talk off air. We'll talk off air. We'll talk off air. He tried to throw a dig.
You just talking.
He tried to throw a dig. Yeah.
Yeah. Type of clubs.
Nah, I feel y'all in. But anyways, about the most money at the Cowboys. Let's get back to not fraternity business. But yeah, so going into there, Jerry having the most money to spend, and historically, them not spending that money. Like, do y'all really see it going down? Because who's the last guy that they really paid like that? Huh?
B. Carr?
Greg Hardy?
But he had like 1 year.
They ain't make no money.
Yeah, my thing was Big Carr because I believe they made him a top corner, the top paid corner that year.
Yes, when Rex's little brother Rob was running the defense, they went out there and identified Brandon Carr. The problem with Brandon Carr is he was the B. He wasn't the A. Mm-hmm. That was Flowers in Kansas City at the time. So you went out here and gave a B dude big money, and then they regretted it. Mm-hmm. And then, they asked him to be that guy, and he wasn't the alpha dog. Great guy, did what he could, but that was sometimes how are you spending the money?
No.
Just because you got, how do you spend it? Which is my whole thing. Jerry, great. You got a bag of cash here. You ready to go to free agent market? Are you spending it in the right place?
How's this? You've been the longest tenured as far as studying this and knowing the time frame. How's this worked out like in the past, like with Jerry or just the Cowboys in general when they had big money going into free agency?
Once again, you go back, Carr just messed them all up, and they haven't wanted to go do it. Rick Gosselin of the Dallas Morning News, he's retired now, but he used to say the worst money spent is the first 3 days of free agency because you're overpaying everyone.
That's true.
And that's why I point to the Miami Dolphins.
You can speak for that?
That is very true.
Yeah, look at the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins jumping out there paying, Byron Jones. It's tough. So Jerry going out and paying
before
the fan base will get excited, but my whole thing is, are you going to go out and get the right guy? Are you going to get a difference maker? Jimmy Johnson, you call them difference makers. If you're going to overspend, make sure it's a difference maker who can come in here and do something and can go along with the program that Brian Schottenheimer can plug in here, and that player's going to do what they want. And the same thing when you do DC, that he's getting what he wants. Exactly. I'm just cautious about what you're doing. Bill Belichick built a Super Bowl team off cast-offs. That first Super Bowl team they had in Super Bowl 36 when you had Mike Vrabel, he was signing a bunch of these guys that were aftermarket, but they fit exactly what he wanted to do. And in order to play for Belichick, you three all know you had to have intelligence. More so than skill, you had to have an intelligence factor. He would say, hey, man, maybe you'll run a little bit slower, but if you're smart enough to understand this defense that I'm changing every week, that stuff's important. So fans just want to sit up here and look, oh, so-and-so's the number one free agent, get that guy. has to be somebody that fits your program and what it is you want to do. 100%. They did a great job last year, Trey, identifying George Pickens and bringing him in here and making him a better player, having him sit next to Dak Prescott, having Dak Prescott and George Pickens have that really close relationship. That's all I'm saying, man. Just don't sit around, we got money, we signed it so-and-so.
But that's why
turn out a lot of different ways, man.
And that's why I'm so excited about it, because you did bring George Pickens in. For everybody around the league that was saying, this guy's not going to be this, he's a problem, he's a hothead, and they put this narrative on him. The Cowboys they went out there and they chose it the right way. They when they went in there, when have you seen them make trades like how they did this past year? And so if I'm a Cowboys fan, if there's any time to be optimistic and say they're going to get it right this time, I would say this is the time right now. You've been bringing in key pieces. You brought in Javonte Williams, and nobody didn't want him. You made him paid like that. You brought in George Pickens. Like, what you bringing these people in, I feel like they have the combination. Now, like my granddad used to say on the domino table, it's time to unlock the safe, and I think the safe is about to be unlocked. Your offense is good. You got Christian Parker over here. They seem like they're letting him bring in his own staff. Oh, by the way, you brought in Brandon Jordan, who is a pass rush consultant. He works with the top of the line, and in a schematic like this that's about to get moved, he's going to have a lot of input to say, hey, CP, I've been working with this guy every year during the summer. Right here across the street, they do the pass rush camp that they got from Von Miller. They brought it down here and made it Dallas. So you see guys like Rashawn Gary. You see the top of the top that are there from college in the NFL and some high school kids, so they know the pedigree and how they work, and technique-wise, can it just translate over to the field? And so you ask, are they going to let CP pick these guys? And that's where I'm getting excited.
Yeah, and I think that's why they actually move the money around.
Yeah.
More so than anything, like you said, and not having that new DC, it's not just about Jerry and Steven and whoever else that used to just pick the talent and go out there and get those guys. Like, as y'all like to say, give the carpenter his tools.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And so, like, right now in this offseason, the way structurally what I'm thinking in my mind is basically it's going to go like this. Like, I'm honestly believing that they're probably going to go out, sign a free agent safety, bring in a linebacker, and deal with the corners in the draft. But it could be vice versa.
All right, all the time we have. Anthony Dorsett, appreciate you. DeMontre Moore, always appreciate you. Hall of Famer, Barry Church, I appreciate you. I'm still going to get my Nick and Sam's dinner from you. Got to plan it out. I'm Newey Scruggs, Crispy, Josh,
I remind you.
everybody in the back. This is Players Lounge. We'll talk to you later on DallasCowboys.com.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?